got so many Chip stories, but I'll try to keep it. I'll just tell one, and one of the reasons why I thought it was interesting playing with Chip. Number 2 tight end, me. I was number 2 tight end, me and Brent Selleck for 3 years. Chip comes in. He obviously drafts Zach Ertz. And obviously, Zach Ertz is Zach Ertz, great player. Signs James Casey. You have Derek Carrier. He's still in the league, been playing for like 10, 12 years now. I go from being a 2 to being a 5, 6 in one day. And we're going out throughout practice. I'm not playing very much. And he comes up to me and he tells me he thinks I should play linebacker. And I'm like, whoa, like I'm not a rookie. I'm not a second-year guy. Third year, as my 4th season, he wants me to move to linebacker. So I moved to linebacker, and I'm over here trying to pass rush against Jason Peters and Lane Johnson. Okay, I've never played this position. I don't even know the basic terms. There's terms that are universal in this world of football and offense and defense. I didn't know the basic terms. So I go to Chip. I'm like, hey, I don't really want to play linebacker anymore. He thinks I should play. So then he says he has an open door policy. Nobody knows this story. So eventually I get to the point where I got to get cut or I got to get traded. So I go up to Chip's office after I'm talking to Brent Selleck about, I'm like, bro, like I can't be here anymore. I'm not playing linebacker. He's like, bro, go talk to him. I'm like, I'm going to talk to Chip and tell him to let me go or to trade me right now. So I go up to Chip's office, knock on the door. I'm like, hey, I sit down in the chair, talking to Chip. Go, hey, Chip, I don't want to be a distraction, man. I mean, you guys got a lot of great tight ends here, and I think you're an amazing coach. I just don't want to be a distraction at all. But I think it's best if you guys just, release me. Just cut me. I really don't want to play linebacker. Tight end, like you said, it's a pretty full room. So he starts going through the league. He goes, why do you think you can play tight end anywhere else? I'm like, what? And I'm like, and I've had my agent kind of reach out feelers to other teams at this point. And like, dude, if Harbor's on the market, he'll compete for our second job tomorrow. So I know there's teams out there that kind of see me as a number 2, number 3 at worst tight end. I go, you
were a 4th round pick, no?
Yeah.
Okay. That's not for a tight end. That's pretty good.
And I was top 40 PFF, Bleacher Report tight end for 3 seasons. I obviously didn't get a lot of targets, but, I performed, I blocked well, I played special teams. I knew I could play in the league. So then Chip's he's like, I'm not going to release you. Who's going to release a 4th-year player for no reason? And he goes, New England doesn't need a tight end. Kansas City doesn't need a tight end. He starts going through all the teams in the league, telling me why they're not going to pick me up. Goes through all these leagues and telling me, I think you need to go back and learn defense. You might be able to make the team here. I go, hey, I appreciate your opinion. My opinion is different, and I think that you should still release me. It's like, well, we're not going to release you. He's like, I'll move you back to tight end, but, you're probably not going to get any plays there, but I'm not going to release you. This is an OTAs. So I go back home. I shut off my phone. I skip the next 2 OTA practices. I go, what are they going to do? Are they going to cut me? Please, cut me. That's what I want you to do. Skip the next 2 practices. I finally come back in. All the coaches, Clay, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have skipped. You got to come and just compete. I go, guys, I'm not a linebacker. I want to play tight end. So now I'm back at tight end. And I'm playing in OTAs, and I'll go the whole practice. I'll do the individual drills. I'll go the whole practice. And then they'll try to throw me in the last period. I've been standing around for an hour and a half at this point. I am ice cold. The coach would be like, Clay, you're in. I go, no. I'm not going in. What are you talking about? I go, Coach, you haven't put me in for an hour and a half. If I go in right now and play full speed, I'm going to tear my hamstring. You're in right now, go. I go, no, I'm not going in. So this happens and training camp comes around, right? And still the same stuff. Then all of a sudden I have a good game against New England. He put me in against New England. I think they were trying to trade me to New England. New England came to town, and he moved me to second tight end. I play in the game, and I have 3 catches for 80 yards, and I have a really good game. And that week of practice, we're practicing against him. He put me in, and I was just murdering. I was catching everything. I was blocking well. And so Chip calls me in his office. I'm like, hey, maybe he's going to release me finally or trade me or something. And he says, hey, we noticed you've been playing really well, and we want to find a way to keep you. So we're going to move you to wide receiver. Hey, wide receiver? Hey, we got Deshaun Jackson, Jeremy Maclin, Jason Avant. You know, we had Riley Cooper at that time. We had some Damaris Johnson. We had some good players. But I'm like, okay, it's better than linebacker. So that's when I moved to wide receiver for all the training camp. And he's telling me to lose weight. You know, we're going to keep you lose weight. So I'm losing weight, thinking I'm going to stick on the roster. Then the very last cut of the year was me. Now I'm 230 pounds. I ended up signing with with Jacksonville that year. And to make the whole thing crazier, that year, our first game's against Kansas City Chiefs. Andy Reid's the Kansas City Chiefs. I go to Jacksonville for practice. Mercedes Lewis gets hurt. The first play of the season, I catch a 15-yard pass of the whole season for the Jacksonville Jaguars, signed here 4 days ago. I catch a 15-yard in route against Andy Reid. I look over the sideline. I said, "That's my old coach. This coach last year, Tom Melvin, my tight end coach." I'm like, "Yeah, man, the NFL's crazy. You know, first down. You know, I'm a Jaguar now." But that's one of the reasons I don't like Chip. You know, guys like, "Hey, you're not going to play for anyone else." And I ended up lasting longer than he did. I lasted 8 years. You know, and you know he lasted like 5. So thanks, Chip. And that's my. Sorry, it took a little while, but it's my Chip Kelly story.